What's up, sports bettors? A lot of games today, 15 MLB games, Western Conference Finals. So I'm going to be running you through a bunch of player props, and we're going to be looking at this new platform. It's called Parlay Play, and I've explained this before, but I'm literally in these videos just showing you guys where I'm finding value, where I'm finding an edge. So Parlay Play is a platform. They literally have max bet sizes of just $60. That's the maximum allowed bet size on this platform, and I've already been able to run up over $2,000 in profit, and it works really similar to Prize Picks, right? So I've explained this before in other videos. I'm just showing you guys what I'm putting my own money on. I made a Prize Picks video earlier when there was value on Prize Picks. Now there's more value on Parlay Play, so I have a Parlay Play video. But anyways, let's kind of go ahead and let's get into how these platforms work, right? Like the first question to answer if you're new to sports betting, if you're new to Prize Picks and Parlay Play, is how do I make money off these platforms, right? So the way that No House Advantage, Underdog Fantasy, Parlay Play, Prize Picks, the way that all these platforms work is they're fixed payout platforms. So what I mean by that is any 6 picks you select on Parlay Play, you're always getting the same payout. Doesn't matter if you take overs, unders, this is the payout you're getting, right? And Prize Picks works in the exact same way. So here I have a 6-pick flex play. It doesn't matter if I change Strus to an over. It doesn't matter if I switch this to a soccer player prop. You're going to notice we're still getting the same payout on Prize Picks. But you are going to see Prize Picks has slightly different payouts for the 6-pick entries. So here I have a 6-pick entry, and you're going to see there's a little difference. So on Prize Picks, if you go 5 for 6, you're only getting a 2x payout. If you go 4 for 6, you're getting a 0.4x payout. On Parlay Play, it's higher. If you go 4 for 6, you get a 0.5x payout. If you go 5 for 6, you get a 2.5x payout. So even though these platforms have the same 25x payout, if you go 6 for 6, Parlay Play is objectively better than Prize Picks. They have higher payouts than Prize Picks if you go 5 for 6 or if you go 4 for 6. So it's actually easier, even though it's the less popular platform, it's actually easier to make money on Parlay Play as opposed to Prize Picks because they offer you better payouts, right? So essentially what we can do with these fixed payout platforms, so we know Prize Picks is a platform. This is always the payout we're getting for a 6-pick flex play. So what you can do, and what I've done, and you can take a look at, I'll include these spreadsheets in the description, is you can back out what percentage of my picks do I have to win to be profitable on this platform, right? So on Prize Picks, I'm just taking their payouts and I'm backing out what percentage of your picks do you have to win to be profitable on this platform. And on Prize Picks, it's 54.2%, right? So the way that Prize Picks makes money is they know most people don't have an advantage. So if you don't have an advantage, you're only going to be able to get these over-unders correctly 50% of the time. You're going to win 50%, you're going to lose 50% of your player props, right? Like this Ethan Horvath guy, he's always going over or under, so if you have no advantage, you're going to get 50% right, 50% wrong, right? Like if you took all overs, all of these lines, like 50% of them are going to end up on overs, right? He's always going over or under. So even if you have no advantage, you're still going to be able to win 50% of your player props. But on Prize Picks, you have to win 54.2% of your player props to be profitable. So if you can win 55% of your player props in a 6-pick flex play on Prize Picks, if you can win these over-unders, if you can win 55%, only losing 45%, so winning 50%, losing 50% means you have zero advantage. But if you can win 55%, lose only 45%, in a Prize Pick 6 flex, your ROI is going to be 7.5%, right? But we said earlier, right, this Parlay Play platform, they have better payouts. They have better payouts than Prize Picks. So if you go to Parlay Play, what you're going to notice is if you hit 55% of your player props, your ROI is going to be 17.1%. Prize Picks was only like 7%. So long story short, Parlay Play is an easier platform to make money off of. And you're going to see, because Parlay Play has higher payouts on this platform, you just have to win 53.22% of your over-unders. So if you can hit your over-unders correctly 53.22% of the time, then you're going to be profitable. That's the business model of Parlay Play. They know most people don't have an advantage. And if you have no advantage, you're only going to be able to win these prop bets 50% of the time. That's their business model. That's how they make money off you. And until you internalize that, you're never going to make money on this platform, right? Everything boils down to your win rate. There's nothing more complicated about Prize Picks, about Parlay Play. It all boils down to your win rate. Again, because these are fixed payout platforms. They don't change your payout based on you selecting over or under any 6 picks you select. So it all boils down to this win rate. They assume you have no advantage. You're only going to win 50% of your picks. And if that's the case, you're going to have an ROI of negative 26% on Parlay Play if you have no advantage. But if you can win 55% of your player props, you're going to be really profitable. So it's all just about your win rate. What percentage of your player props can you win? So the main betting tool I start out on to find profitable player props on Parlay Play is called the Fantasy Optimizer. So again, it works for Prize Picks. So you're going to notice I can open up Prize Picks. It's just sometimes there's more profitable bets on Parlay Play. They're the ones who are slipping up. Sometimes there's more value on Prize Picks. Right? So you're going to see on Prize Picks, again, on Prize Picks, you had to win 54.2% of your player props in a 6-pick flex to be profitable. There's no player props that the Fantasy Optimizer is identifying that are winning 54.2% of the time. There's no value on Prize Picks, right? In these videos, I'm just showing you what I'm putting my own money on. And right here, there is no value on Prize Picks right now. Maybe there will be in a couple hours. Maybe lines move. There's no value on Underdog Fantasy. So right now, the value's on Parlay Play, on this Fantasy Optimizer. So you're going to notice one of the first picks is right here. Dennis Schroeder over 8.5 points, right? So according to OddsJam, this player prop is 53.37% to win, which is above 53.22%. So it's profitable in a Parlay Play entry, right? So why is this player prop profitable? Well, take a look at the sportsbook odds. Right? So if you look at the positive EV tool, which, the Fantasy Optimizer only works for fantasy sites like Parlay Play, Prize Picks, Underdog Fantasy. These are technically fantasy sites, these fixed payout platforms that don't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under. They're fantasy sites, right? But what you're going to notice, so this only works for the fantasy sites are only on the Fantasy Optimizer, but you're going to see some overlap with the positive EV tool. So the positive EV tool is another tool for identifying profitable bets, and you're going to see it's also recommending this player prop on Dennis Schroeder over 8.5 points. So why do we like this play, right? Why do we like this play boils down to why is this player prop winning above 53.22% of the time. So to answer that question, look at the sports books. Right? Look at the data points in the market. You're not smarter than the sports books. You're not smarter than the market. Your model is not as good as FanDuel's, which has invested hundreds of millions of dollars, billion-dollar company. They've invested hundreds of millions of dollars in their ability to set lines. They're taking bets from all around the market. So they're getting volume from all these sports bettors, moving around lines. Like you can see line movement here, moving around lines due to supply and demand. You don't get that, right? You can't do that. So follow the data in the market. This is how you make money sports betting. All these books want to set lines independently, so you use sportsbook odds to identify value on these fantasy sites like Prize Picks, like Parlay Play. So we know on Parlay Play, any player prop winning above 53.22% of the time is profitable. So Lance Lynn, under 5.5 strikeouts, is a great bet to go with. Yoshida, under 1.5 bases. Schroeder, over 8.5 points. And all of this, percentage chance to hit is just based in sportsbook odds. So you look at Dennis Schroeder, look at every sportsbook, right? I can zoom in a bit. They all have his over 8.5 points as the favored outcome, right? FanDuel has his over juiced to minus 128. Caesars, minus 131. DraftKings, minus 130, along with WynnBET. Pinnacle is known to be the sharpest, the smartest sportsbook in the world. They're pricing this as a minus 157 favorite. So all of the sports books have the over heavily favored. And again, on Parlay Play, this is a platform where they're not changing your payout based on you selecting over versus under. They don't change your payout. Over, under, under. Your payout doesn't change. So obviously, we'd rather take Schroeder over 8.5 points in our Parlay Play entry, right? And the fact that this player prop is winning above 53.22% of the time makes it profitable. And what you have to remember is these numbers, right? 53.22%, whatever, like there's no magic going on here. Everything is just based in sportsbook odds. So, for example, you can see the Nuggets tonight are favored against the Lakers. That's not surprising. So, the betting market is telling you the Nuggets are more likely to win the game, right? So, if the Nuggets were minus 200, just imagine the Nuggets were minus 200, right? Minus 200 means a 2-to-1 betting favorite, 66.67% to win, right? 2/3 to win. Minus 200, 2-to-1 betting favorite, 2/3 to win, 66.67% to win, right? So there's a scale of how big of a favorite, a particular bet or a particular team is. So Schroeder, it's not like Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker in the world. It's not like they have his over at minus 200, because that would make the player prop 66.67% to hit. Insanely profitable. But you're going to see it's minus 157, so it's a pretty big favorite. So if you put in minus 157 on the over, plus 117 on the under, what this calculator does, and again, this is like standard sports betting calculator, most important calculator in sports betting. It takes a sportsbook's odds and tells you the win probability for your bet. So according to Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker in the world and where they have the over and the under priced, right? And I recommend reading through this text a bunch of times. It's the most important calculator in sports betting. So according to Pinnacle's market, minus 157 plus 117, this player prop is 57% to win. That's above 53.22%. So the sharpest bookmaker out there, Pinnacle, is saying, yo, this bet on Schroeder is an absolute no-brainer, right? So essentially, like, parlay play assumes that you're a bad sports bettor. You have no advantage. So you're basically flipping a coin. You're 50% to be right, 50% to be wrong. Because that's most sports bettors. Most sports bettors are clueless. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have any idea how to use data. They bet with their gut. They think they can outsmart the market. And that's why parlay play is in business, right? Like, that's why Prize Picks is in business. Is most people don't understand data. They don't understand the strategy for beating them. They don't even understand the math behind these platforms. But what you're going to see is all the books have Schroeder's over favored, so we're now finding a coin weighted in our favor, right? It's like a weighted coin. Schroeder's over is the weighted side. So because we're betting on a platform that doesn't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under, you obviously want to take the over. So my 6 picks are Lance Lynn under 5.5 Ks, Strus over 13 points plus assists, Domingo over 4.5 Ks, Al Horford under 10, rebounds plus assists, Schroeder over 8.5 points, Yoshida under 1.5 total bases. Again, most of these plays just found on the fantasy screen, whatever. And, parlay play has a max bet size of $60. So that's what I locked this in for, $60 to win $1,500. So hopefully this video was helpful, just explaining the math behind this platform. You can always reach out to me with any questions, stuff like that. And let's make some money, guys.